Thanks. Congressman Gottheimer, I'll start with you. Jersey's reliant on federal aid, on grants, on loans, and this potentially creates a choice between budget cuts or tax increases. If the federal government dramatically reduces funding. If you were governor, and these are some tough choices to make, if you as governor had to cut state spending, can you identify a single program that costs over $100 million a year out of a $58 billion budget, $100 million a year that you'd be willing to cut?
Well, David, to your point, we're actually the second worst in the country, Jersey, in terms of what we get back from Washington. Since I'm in Congress, I'm up 357% in my district for cops and firefighters and roads and schools. But the bottom line is we, as a state, are not, which is why I'm going to appoint a chief clawback officer to fight every day to get more of what we get back. Rhode Island gets 48% back more than we do, which makes no sense because we're not fighting hard enough to get these dollars back. And whatever dollars are there, we should get more of them to New Jersey for our taxpayers to help our families. We also, of course, need to stop getting it stuck to us by New York, who takes far too much on income taxes and doesn't give us what we deserve here in Jersey for our families. If you actually work in New Jersey, but for a New York company, they take the income tax. That's $4 billion a year. So what I would focus on, David, as my tax cut plan lays out at joshforjersey.com, is actually rethinking how we get more money back to Jersey so we can give people tax cuts. And we got to keep fighting Washington, as I've been doing, to make sure they back off of trying to mess with our budgets. And by the way, we've been taking them to court. We've been successful. We're going to fight it every single day.
I'm trying to figure out why does he have to wait?
Sure.
Well, we'll have to say, before we get to the responses, I just want to go back to the question, which a bunch of you will answer. Right. Can you name a program that you're willing to cut? Give me something significant that if there had to be draconian cuts in the state budget, what would you cut?
I'm not accepting the premise of your question that there's going to be draconian cuts. The point is, a governor, as I'm going to be, is going to fight back against it each step of the way so we can have what we have, which is great for people, but actually just run things smarter and better here in Jersey without messing with our programs. Like New York and California have done, they've actually done efficiency studies and are running things better. You don't have to make that. It's a false choice, David. You can actually do great by people, fight to get more back to Jersey, go after tax cheats and other changes we got to make to run the state better and more efficiently, as we've been talking about all along. Go after New York, who's been sticking it to us with our income taxes. That's $4 billion a year that should come back to Jersey, and not accept this premise that we have to actually gut things in Jersey. We got to fight to protect them, and as governor, that's your job and what I'm going to do.
Well, it's confusing because I'm trying to figure out why they have to wait to become the governor to get more money back from the government, because that's their job as congresspeople. Congresswoman
Really,
Sherrills and Congressman Gottheimer supposed to get more money for us. So I'm sorry, but he brought that up. I mean, so obviously he put his foot in his mouth. You cannot.
Totally not.
He should
Ross,
be doing that now. He can't wait to become the governor. Should not wait to become the governor to do that for us today. That's his job today. The reality is that we need to cut healthcare costs by stopping the spending to these insurance companies and these hospitals. That's number one. Number two, we need to repeal these Christie tax cuts, over $15 billion that we've given them, and Democrats have not clawed back over a decade that we've been giving money away, that we need to bring that back. I reject the premise that we have to cut Medicaid, that we have to cut services, that we have to cut things for working families in this state. We should be investing in working families and making millionaires pay their fair share.
Josh, we're getting 30 seconds, and I see others want to respond as well. 30 seconds to you.
Mayor, just to fact check you, in my district, because we've been working with our mayors, we're up 357% since I'm in Congress.
Well, you saying you being the governor. We're talking about the whole state here. We're not talking about your district.
Mayor,
we're talking about the whole state. We're not talking about your district.
If I can finish, if you don't mind.
Well, I'm talking about.
So I'm going to bring what I have done in my district in northern Jersey to the whole state. I can't speak to what you've done in Newark and what you failed to claw back to Newark. Your property taxes are up 23% since you're mayor. Right. Why don't you explain that? You've raised taxes on hardworking
Bergen County has the highest property taxes in the entire state of New Jersey. What are you talking about?
Can I answer 30 seconds, Mr. Baraka.
Can I answer the question?
Well, I need to give him 30 seconds.
Actually, Laura, I'd love to hear an answer to the question.
I actually did answer the question.
Okay.
Right. I actually answered the question. I talked about what I would cut. Period. Healthcare costs and bringing money back from billionaires. That is answering the question.
Look,
if I didn't answer it the way he
let me
likes it,
just say-
that's something different. What I did say, however, is
Look.
that the Congress people's job today, I don't care how much he deflects and comes up with these Republican talking points, he forgets he's at a Democratic debate,
Wait, so getting
not a
money back to
Republican
Jersey
one.
is a-
At the
is a-
end of the
wait,
day,
what's your
his
problem
job
with that?
today,
Exactly. And
today,
I've
his
succeeded
job
in getting
is to
it
bring
back.
money back to the state of New Jersey. That
yeah.
he's failed. If you look at his
Exactly.
record,
Okay.
you should
Steve
be able to
Phillip
see
and
that.
Steve Sweeney.
I mean, look at the facts,
Steve
Mayor.
Phillip
Up
and Steve Sweeney.
357% to the 5th District of Jersey.
okay.
The audience
We could
can't
do
hear
this
when you're talking
across the
over each
state.
other.
I
Steve Phillip.
don't understand.
You're in the
In
wrong
la-
position.
in
Steve
the
Phillip.
In the last debate, they were constantly touching each other. Now they're fighting with each other. I mean, I don't get it. But let me just say something. I think number one is you need wholesale change on this Christmas tree item process at the end of the budget process. That's $1 billion right there. And that is unacceptable. And Republicans point to that. I think there's validity to that. Number two is the entire tuition assistance grants for higher education is a warped, perverse system that incentivizes universities to raise their tuition every year because of how New Jersey funds it. It's a conversation that we need to have. And then finally, I would tell you, beyond the healthcare and raising taxes on the billionaires, the reality is that Rutgers is a huge line item that has lost its way with a priority around football instead of education. And I think we need to have a conversation around that.
Steve Sweeney, you're next.
Again, we need a better budget process, number one, so we know what we have and what we can't afford. But, you know, to say we're going to continue to, I keep repeating this, we're going to continue to deliver government the way we're delivering it, and we're expecting to come up with savings. Listen, there's no one on the stage more than I that did shared services, that reduced costs to governments, that created countywide EMS, countywide tax assessment, countywide 911. You know, so like I said, there's a way to do this, but you're not going to always be popular when you do it. Now, I got to agree with the mayor. Listen, with all due respect, and I like both of my Congress people here, this is a federal issue. We need to start winning some fights. We haven't won yet. We only got to get two. We only got to get two Republicans to start moving in a different direction, and we'll start winning again.